Maniacs, before we get started with this reaction, I want to go ahead and show you a couple things I got in the mail today. I took my fandom to the next level. I ordered the Sam and Colby 1 week at the Conjuring house, or a week at the Conjuring house poster. I think it looks dope. It looks badass. It looks really cool. I cannot wait to frame it. It is going to go in the background, of course. Again, even with all the controversy, it is probably my favorite Sam and Colby Hell Week so far to date. So you know what? When I saw the poster, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna grab the poster, man. It looks really dope. Look, movie poster, right? That's what they were going for, like a good quality movie poster. Looks pretty dope in person specifically. I don't think the camera really doesn't do any justice to it, but it actually looks really damn solid. And the second thing I got is actually a beanie from the Explore Club, or the Explore merch store. Really, really cool. Love the design of this really sadistic looking teddy bear. I think this is more of Sam style, right? This is more of Sam style. I don't know. I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. Damn, that's a good quality beanie right there. Hell yeah. All right, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and react to Sam and Colby's response to the Conjuring Week, the controversy. I think this is going to be specifically revolving around, of course, Cody and Satori, which earlier today I did a reaction to Cody and Satori's response to the controversy. And a lot of you guys probably know that I just was not a fan of how it turned out. It's just not for me. The video didn't work for me. If it worked for you, that's phenomenal. That's fucking fantastic. But when it came to me, it didn't feel genuine. And I know there's gonna be people in the comment section automatically gonna go to reverting to the hate, which if that's the way you want to play it, go for it. I don't really care if you want to go ahead and hate on me because I just did not find the video to be genuine. It is what it is. It just didn't feel right. Basically, the video didn't really tell me anything besides them just repeating themselves and letting us know the things we already knew. Now, if that works for you, I'm not gonna argue with you. I just won't. If you want to leave your hate comments in the comment section, that's completely up to you. But I cannot lie to myself and tell you guys what you want to hear. I know it hurt a lot of people's feelings, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm a reactor. I'm a content creator. I just give my honest thoughts. That's all I can do for you guys. That's all I'm capable of doing on this platform. I can only give my honest thoughts. And for me, their apology video was just not that good. So maybe my mind might change after I hear what Sam and Colby have to say. We'll see. I don't know. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I'll give you guys my thoughts during and after the video. Of course I will. And again, my honest thoughts. If it doesn't work for me, you're going to find out. But if it does work for me, maybe it gives me a little bit more leeway back into actually trusting Cody and Satori. You're going to find out. We'll just have to see what they say. So just keep that in mind, that it's at the end of the day, it is my opinion alone. It does not have to be your opinion. If you choose to trust Cody and Satori after all of this stuff that's come out, that is up to you. I'm not going to argue. It is your choice. Kind of like how it's my choice to say what I want to say. You know, we can have respectful conversations about it, or you can just come at me, and that's fine too. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at the end of the day. If you want to hate on me, it is what it is.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today, we're going to be talking about the Conjuring house, but before we begin, we just want to say thank you. This response to the series has been absolutely crazy. The last couple weeks have been nothing short of mind-blowing.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to believe us or not when we say this, but when we were posting each episode, we would scroll through the comments and actually cry from some of the things people were saying because it was so impactful.
Like in separate rooms, like crying. Like, are you crying? Yeah, dude, I'm crying too. Yeah, this is awesome.
It's been an insane past 2-3 weeks to say the least.
Our main goal whenever we make a video is just to share our experience with you guys. And yeah, that includes the funny, stupid jokes, the friendship stuff, as well as the history location.
The funny, stupid jokes. Yeah. I feel like sometimes you guys watch my channel. You'll never have to comment on my channel. You never have to acknowledge it. But if you ever do watch my channel and you just want to say, hey, just to know that, hey, these guys watch my channel. They do listen to my thoughts, even knowing sometimes they might not agree with me. Maybe I don't agree with them. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's all about, respect, right? Let's just, because, I've been reacting to Sam and Colby for probably about 3+ years now. And yeah, I haven't agreed on everything. But at the end of the day, I've grown to love the channel. I love this channel. It's phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. There's more to it than just stupid jokes.
And what we experience. The things that we hear, feel, and see. The Conjuring house What we heard, felt, and saw was unlike anything we've ever experienced before.
Everything that we shared with you guys and showed you in the 4 Conjuring videos on our main channel were our real experiences and reactions. At the end of all the videos, we asked for you guys to give us your opinions, and you guys gave us tons of feedback and dove deeper than Sam and I could have ever done, so thank you guys for that. We're going to be talking about everything. But at the end of the day, there are still things that we saw with our own eyes that we cannot explain.
The main thing we want to talk about is Cody and Satori, a couple that we met the first day we arrived when we started our week at the Conjuring house. They told us about and then repeatedly showed us this insanely unique method to communicate with the afterlife. This method produces these knocking sounds and specific responses at a consistency that Colby and I have never seen before. And I don't think anyone has ever seen before. As you can tell from our reaction.
Even, like, that's a good example. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. That is a good example of why that argument that, you know, the knocking method is just a common method. It's not that surprising. Yeah, but it never is that consistent. Even Sam and Colby realized that it's never that consistent, right? So, yeah, that's something I'm glad they pointed out.
It completely blew us away. And we just want to put it out there that if we didn't see this in person, we probably would not believe it. There are 4 main points that people want our opinion on. 1, the fact that our family's information is available online. The Cody video of him doing the knocking method about 10 years ago, whether or not they are making knocking devices.
Please, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts.
Or the theory of popping joints. So first, let's talk about the information that we received from this method. After we left the house, we realized that all the information we got was in fact researchable, including, yes, my grandmother's nickname. I mean,
I'm so happy they actually acknowledged this, because there are a lot of people who were speculating that maybe perhaps, you know, it was updated after the fact, but this is information that you can get online. Unfortunately, it is. And they're acknowledging that. They're aware, yeah. And I think, again, this is just a giant case of the guys were just so excited. They knew they caught something crazy. They weren't thinking about the possibilities of it being fake. Right? I mean, that's what we're talking about now, the possibilities of Satori and Cody doing their method and it being fake. Look, at the end of the day, it's like, I can't sit here and tell you, yeah, 100%, these guys are faking it. I can't do that. The evidence that they are against them is questionable, for sure. You can't argue that. I mean, you can argue it, but we're never going to get anywhere if we just sit here and argue all the time, because, you know, whoever wants to believe is going to believe, and whoever doesn't want to believe is not going to believe. I want to believe, but I'm so mixed on it, you know? That's the whole thing. I just don't know. I don't know.
I was having this full-on breakdown, so I wasn't fact-checking this. But yes, my grandma's nickname, Olivia, is online. In the moment, I was just blown away from the fact that I was getting a message directly from my grandmother. So yeah, in hindsight, someone could definitely have looked that up before I got there. But that doesn't mean it isn't amazing that when we took them to randomized locations around Rhode Island, they could describe the people that died as well as dates and causes of their deaths. In our opinion, unless they memorize the names, dates, and occupations of a bunch of people who died all over Rhode Island, including Providence, where the studio is located, it would be incredibly difficult to fake this.
Nearly impossible.
However,
I wouldn't say impossible, but yeah, no, I agree with Sam that it would be difficult as fuck to fake that. I can't explain that, which is why I'm so mixed on Satori and Cody. Look, the video that they released, okay, their fucking response to all this controversy, I am not in love with. I'm not, and it didn't help them for me. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely. I know you're gonna have a hard time accepting that. I'm deeply sorry. It did not hit me like it hit a lot of you. Trust me. If it did, I would have been saying it, but I'm also not going to lie about my feelings, so I'm going to be honest about my feelings. But there are still things that I cannot explain when it comes to Satori and Cody. The park. I don't know how they made the knocks come around, around the park. It makes no sense to me. I don't know.
Is it theoretically possible? Yeah. People were saying that couldn't we have just given them the information? I mean, yeah, that would explain it, but we didn't, and you're just going to have to take our word for that.
Now let's talk about the video of Cody 10 years ago.
No, I will say it, and I will stand by this till the end. I will stand by it. I don't believe Sam and Colby to be fakers. I don't genuinely believe they would want to do that to their fan base. They just hit 10 million subscribers. I would see no reason why they would want to do this. They seem like genuine people. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I just wouldn't, at the end of the day, buy that, Sam and Colby. And I've known these guys for 3 years now. I've watched videos with these guys, and I've grown to appreciate them. I just don't see it now. I just cannot see it now. So, yeah, no, it's not even crossed my mind, really.
ago doing the knocking alphabet method without Satori. Not gonna lie guys, when we initially heard this, it caught us off guard because this was not aligned with the story that they told us. Again, we met them on day one at our week at the Conjuring house, so all we knew about them was what they told us on camera. When we saw this video, we immediately called Cody and Satori, and they gave us more information on the timelines of their knocking method. On the phone, Cody said he's been investigating the paranormal for years and has heard knocking and rapping noises a lot in the past, kind of similar to our experience at the Queen Mary a few years ago. However, he said it's much different than what they experience today when they're together. We can't speak for Cody and Satori on their experiences because we just met them and honestly don't know, but what we do know is that they're planning on making a video soon to talk about the timeline of everything.
Was that today? Did they post that video today? I'm not sure. It was kind of crazy that they both posted their videos today. Yeah, going back to Cody and Satori, yeah, they're not really helping themselves at all, but yeah, no, I can't expect Sam and Colby to, at the end of the day, just straight up say, yeah, we think they're faking. All they can do is speak from what they've experienced. All they can say is what they have behind them. They can't say a whole lot. I mean, there's no real, they have no proof that they're fake. But I am kind of happy to hear them clarifying a lot of stuff. It does feel good.
For the whole theory of knocking devices being placed in the shoes or around the house, we did have that thought once we left the Conjuring house, especially because it is a business that Cody and Satori work for, and the whole point of a business is to make money. So that's why we went back to test these theories. One, we took them to random places so they couldn't have pre-set up the location. And two, we had them swap shoes and show us their socks so we know there wasn't any devices in their shoes. So we don't really see how this could be a device making the noises unless everything could fit in his sock, which unfortunately we just didn't test for.
They're also
still you did more than I thought you did. You did try to check for a device, but I guess if he had it in a sock, you wouldn't have known, which that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I wish we kind of knew, but at the end of the day, you guys tried. I appreciate that.
Videos out there of people popping their joints that sounds similar to the knocking noises that we heard, kind of like what the Fox sisters were able to do about 200 years ago. For those of you who don't know, the Fox sisters became famous for being mediums, ultimately starting the spiritualist movement. The Fox sisters claimed that they were able to communicate with the dead using knocking noises similar to Cody and Satori. But the Fox sisters ended up confessing that was a hoax before they passed.
That is something Satori and Cody, for some reason, just choose not to say, which is that they confess to being fakes. But for some reason, they're choosing not to say that in their videos, which is also kind of a red flag for me. I'm not going to keep apologizing. I shouldn't have to apologize, but that is a red flag to me. Even Sam and Colby acknowledged that, yes, they themselves came out as fakes. So
one of the sisters said that the noises were being made by popping their joints. In our personal experience with Cody and Satori, the knocking noises were moving around the room and you could feel the vibrations everywhere.
Yeah, not even just farther and closer, but also left to right. There were times that I felt the knocking and Colby couldn't. Or Cody and Satori couldn't feel the knocking, but someone else could on the other side of the room. For example, in episode 1, when we went upstairs to see if the child ghost Henry was around, we could literally hear the knocks go around the room and feel them go down the hallway. We even put one of those vibration detectors right next to Cody and Satori's feet, and it didn't pick up anything. No vibrations like the ones we were feeling. We currently don't know how popping of joints could create all these different experiences, but if someone could tell us how it's possible, we're open ears. However, can we say with certainty that it is not popping of joints? No. And can you believe us with full certainty that there even was vibrations moving around the room? No. But that was, in fact, what everyone throughout the entire week was experiencing, hearing, and feeling.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, obviously, that, they did test this, and there was no vibration. Okay, so that might be a possibility of kind of throwing away the toe crackling, right? Because if it was toe crackling, it might have made a vibration on the floor. So that might be a good little hint that maybe it wasn't. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. So I love watching it. I'm happy they're explaining some more.
And finally, could the power of suggestion be a part of this? When Cody and Satori were pointing around the room? Yeah, of course, but that's just not what we believe it to be. Trust us, it is just a different experience in person.
So that brings us to a few realizations. Number one, no matter what we show or say to you guys, there's no way for us to 100% prove to you that this is real. We just wanted to share with you what we experienced. Because it's on video, unless you experience it for yourself, there's always going to be plausible reasons out there of how people could fake certain things.
And number two, we can't take you all there in person. So the next nearest thing we could do is go back and do more and more tests tests to show you variations of what we're experiencing. So we did some of that on a video we posted on this channel, but after the fact, there were a lot of good questions and other suggestions. So we called up Cody and Satori, we told them what's up, and we're like, hey, you down for a round 2 of experiments? And at this time, they decided they don't want to go back and forth with people, experiment by experiment, but they said maybe at a later date. This might be the nail in the coffin for a lot of you, and we understand. But
yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Look, at least they're understanding. There are some people in the chat and comments who are just they do not give a shit at this point. They are just, if you don't believe in Corey and Satori, having said that, yeah, no, that's not a good sign. They won't do it until a later date. Okay. Maybe they need a break from the internet. Okay, let's give them that benefit of the doubt. Maybe they need a break from the internet. They went on a 10 million subscriber channel. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of controversy that came out of it. I completely get it. If that is the case, I understand. But these two guys who have collaborated with them, and they seem to like Sam and Colby, are now not wanting to do it right now. Even knowing Sam and Colby could help them, you know, convince a lot of people otherwise. And they would be the perfect duo to do it. Like, you guys want me to fucking go out there and try to be the debunker here. Sam and Colby have way more years of experience of trying different methods out. They know the equipment more than I do. They'd be way better off than someone like me going out there. I'm not initially a debunker, but when there's evidence thrown at me, it's hard not to question it sometimes. I have the fucking right to question it, by the way. I don't want people telling me, how can you keep questioning what is so obvious? What are you talking about? Of course I fucking can. Because it's obvious that some shit is fucky around here, okay? I'm not trying to be a dick, but when I have people breathing down the back of my neck because of something that I said, I thought I was quite respectful to them, honestly. I didn't agree with the response video. Simple as that. I didn't throw them away. I didn't say automatically they're liars. I just didn't agree with the response video. I think they could have done a better response video. These guys, it doesn't feel scripted. It feels like they're just talking about it with us. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel scripted. Again, I could go back to just saying Corey and Satori, they're new to the platform. Maybe this is just how they're going to do it for right now. Right? That's a good possibility too. I could give them that benefit of the doubt. But right now, they're just not helping themselves.
We also ask that you understand where we're coming from. We can't make them do anything.
No, you can't. You can't.
And that's kind of where we're at right now. So only time is going to tell if and when they're ready to do more experiments.
If we can't get you to see this in person and we can't show you any more experiments, then we have to solely rely on what we experienced at the house, park, and studio.
Yeah, we know it's not ideal, but it's kind of what we have to go off of.
So now let's talk about our final opinion and what we plan on doing going forward. In our opinion, and based on our experiments, there's nothing that we saw or captured on camera that debunks what we experienced. Can we say it's 100% real? No, we didn't do enough testing to prove that it's 100% real. However, from the videos that we've seen online, there's no 100% evidence to prove that this is all an act either. Yes.
No, that's true. I've said that too. But people like to just throw that to the side. Like, I never said that it is a 100% guarantee this is all fake. I never said that. But yes, I had my emotions tampered with that first Conjuring video, and then all of this stuff comes up. They are not responding in a natural way. Now I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, okay, why aren't they responding in the natural way? Now they're just completely leaving social media. Then they come out with a response video, pretty much telling everybody exactly what they know. And then they pretty much just go say, well, if you're not going to believe, there's no point. It's not even questioning the paranormal at that point. It's just questioning whether they're telling the truth or not. Big difference, by the way. Big difference. I said that in one of my comments too. It's like, it's not even about trying to debunk the paranormal. I have nothing against the paranormal. I believe in the paranormal. But when it comes to just trying to figure out if these two are con artists, automatically we're not even allowed to ask questions about that. What does the paranormal have to do with two fucking people? So why can't we question that? It has nothing to do with the paranormal. Paranormal is always going to be there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
These are all great thoughts, and we wish we could test each and every single one of them, but until we capture ourselves definitive evidence of this, we cannot 100% prove if it's real or an act. So based on this, we think the best course of action is to continue our investigations using our own equipment and our own methods so that there's no question whether we believe it or not.
At the end of the day, whether you believe Cody and Satori or not is perfectly fine. Actually, seeing all the conversations that have started in the community because of this has actually inspired Colby and I to become better investigators.
I love it.
Either way, we think that the most important thing of this entire series is not who was talking to us or honestly like how it was happening, but it's the message that we heard. Like whether it comes from a spirit or it comes directly from us, the whole message about love and spreading positivity and living life to the fullest is something that we have stood behind for our entire lives. That is what we want to leave you with in every video. With that being said, we ask that you share your thoughts and opinions on all of this in the most respectful way possible. Again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so we just ask that you respect what other people believe. We've seen a lot of hate and negativity, and just know that that's not what we stand for. That's not the message that we're trying to spread. So when giving opinions on Cody and Satori, or even other content creators in this space, just please do so with kindness. Negativity and hate is just not the way
I agree,
to have
man.
a constructive conversation. We welcome all opinions, we welcome all debunkers, but we just ask, please do so with respect and love for one another.
Again, whenever we make a video, our goal is to share our experiences with you all. Everything from the jokes and the history
Okay.
to what...
I don't mean to pause you, Colby. I love what Sam said. Exactly. No, and I think that's something a lot of people kind of miss too, is like you realize that there are people who can be dickheads on both sides of the spectrum, right? The people who believe, I believe, but I also am not afraid to debunk shit when I need to if I think something looks off. Okay, so debunkers and believers, they both can have negativity about them. Okay? I have seen a lot of believers in my comments coming at me saying pretty much I don't believe, right? Or like people assuming that I'm not even a Christian or I don't believe in the afterlife, and I already had like a mindset plan the second I watched their response video earlier, and I just was already going to hate it no matter what. No, I want nothing more than to believe those guys. I do. I truly do. I gave them the benefit of the doubt so many times, and just like with Sam and Colby, and you can tell by their reaction that that was probably an alarming kind of response they got when they were told that we're not going to experiment right now, and maybe at a later date we will. And they automatically knew that was like, okay, that's kind of a red flag. Now our audience is going to think that's probably a make or break deal, right? So they knew that that was a red flaggish kind of sign. And there's nothing wrong with those, by the way. There's nothing wrong with saying that there could be the possibility of someone lying in this community. It happens. I don't understand why people automatically just want to jump on the bandwagon of just trashing people who might try to call out somebody who possibly might not be all that truthful. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I would rather just have a constructive conversation about it. I gotta say, the live stream the other day, we had some of the best conversations about this entire topic, respectfully. Now, I will stand by that. I will stand by. If they are faking, and this is not just towards Satori and Cody, if this is anybody faking, using people's loved ones as a way to, like, make money, like they'll talk about how they're communicating with their grandmother or grandfather, I think that's pretty sickening. So, yes, I have said some harsh things. I can't deny that. It is on camera. I have said them. And I really didn't want to believe these guys were fake. But the more evidence that came out, and the way they responded to that evidence, it just did not really make me believe them. It just did not help me. Full 100% agree with Sam and Colby about if you're going to have conversations about it, be respectful. Like, my comment section is loaded with people who believe in them and don't believe in them. And there are some of the believers and the non-believers who are trashing each other. Now, I'm not going to go around and, delete the comments. I'm hoping that at some point, people can just start having constructive conversations about it. It's okay to have conversations about this stuff. Just gotta have some class,
We see, experience, and feel while we're there. At the end of all of this, the things that we saw, heard, and felt at the Conjuring house were unlike anything we've ever experienced before, and a lot of it we still just can't explain.
Thank you for hearing us out, and whether you believe in the paranormal or not, we're just incredibly grateful for how many people have enjoyed and been positively impacted by this series. Truly, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next video.
That was awesome, guys. Good job. Good job on that reply. That was a good response from them. That was good. They gave their side of it. They told us what they had. They told us what they did to test things, and maybe they didn't test enough. And that was something they acknowledged. They were like, maybe we should have delved into that more. It was a better response than Satori and Cody's. Okay? It was. Maybe if they'd waited longer, they could have watched this one and then had a better idea of what they should say, right? Now, this is not about me hating on Cody and Satori. At the end of the day, guys, yes, if they are liars, shame. Shame. But no matter what I say on this platform, no matter what comes through my mouth onto this microphone, it ain't going to make much of a difference. And the only reason why is because if they are liars, they're never going to be honest about it. They're just going to get away with it. Life goes on. Life goes on. There is, and I agree with them, that the message overall, yes, Love is a positive message. Now, does it suck it had to come from a couple of liars? Possibly. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. You know, I wish that clarification was there. And I agree with them that if you do believe in that, if you do believe that the session is real, continue to believe it. Maybe it was real. Like Sam and Colby, I can't 100% confirm or deny anything. I can only tell you right now, I'm on the fence about them personally. I don't know what to believe. That response video they released really killed my mood. And I'm not going to lie about that. I hope the community gets back to just respecting each other. That's a good thing. Respect each other. I'm glad I watched this. I really am, because, and though it did not really help my insight on Satori and Cody, I still think that their response video kind of really just dampened my belief in them a little bit. I'd probably say I'm like literally 80% on them at this point. Sam and Colby, I think, are still G's, and I just don't doubt them. I feel they are honest people, and they would never want to hurt their audience. They would never want to deceive their audience in any sort of way. So it is a bummer. It is quite shocking that Satori and Cody do not want to do any testing right now, especially when it would help them. I think it would help them tremendously, but they're going to use that excuse that it makes them feel like lab rats, which I don't think Sam and Colby would view them as lab rats. They're just trying to help them at this point because it would help them. I don't know. Anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm not 100% for Satori and Cody anymore, but Sam and Colby are a different story. Love the fucking guys. They do a phenomenal job. Great job, guys. You did a great job with that response. I loved it. All right, guys. Check you out in the next video. Keep it retro. Do take care. And I love the beanie, by the way.